time in Washington, D.C. at the National Nursing Home for the Mentally Challenged. So I think that I have enough experience to know a little bit about what's going on. The thing that I see going on right now in terms of voter turnout and where this country is headed is there is a strong effort on the part of the other party to steamroll people, particularly those that are union workers, and or lean that direction, to steamroll over them so they've got a shop steward standing looking over their shoulder saying, we don't need a secret ballot or an election to decide whether you want to unionize or not. We simply need to watch you sign the card and see which box you checked. And that, to me, flies in the face of good government and what this country stands for and the individual's right to vote, which then in turn spins into this cumulative voting theory that is beginning to emerge now. I could go on at great length, but I think those two topics alone should give you enough fodder to talk for a few minutes, and I thank you. I hope you appreciate my concern and would agree with me.
Oh, I do, and boy, I can go into the weeds here. No, tort reform, it's common sense, and if you've heard me from very get-go, how about starting some compassionate tort reform? Let's look at Oregon, and I'm particular about this. Oregon's a pretty liberal state, but all malpractice cases have to go through mediation, of which 85% are adjudicated right there. You can have your attorney, that's fine, but you and I save on court costs. Well, let's start there. How about pain and suffering? Let's take two. Let's take a liberal and let's take a conservative. Let's take what they have in California and one in Texas. Let's go somewhere in between and let's see what that works with. Let's try it for a little while. Seriously, let's try it a little while. And I'm telling you that as a practitioner. Because I do believe that you have to have some accountability to the person who's performing the services for you. I do, and you should. But let's make it right. And let's start unfolding that and seeing how we can best do that. Loser pays, that's a great concept. It's one of those things that I think that will be a challenge for the law profession. And we're going to need them to collaborate with us on that. Second question, card check. I'm against card check. This is a right to work state. I have the freedom to vote according to what my desires are. I don't need anybody, nor do I want anybody looking over my shoulder to see if I check the right box. I tell you what, I'm pretty smitten that way. I'd do it in front of their face anyway. But you know, that's what we have to stand on. And I will tell you, this is a difference between me and Ann Kirkpatrick. She is already on record saying that she will vote for card check. She's already done that. And I mean, once again, I'm from Flagstaff, Berkeley East, and we've had the big unions. We had it with our city council. We had the mayor try to enforce that, try to push that within the realm of unionizing the city workers. We've also had the California Nursing Association up there at the hospital where they've gone through numerous litigations on whether they got their freedom exercised. So I'm on record against card check. Did I answer your questions?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
One quick thing, just a quick story to always put an illustration on it. In California, we had a tragedy about 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago now. High school ball player took a batted ball off of his head and was in a coma, and it was an aluminum bat. Now, my law firm represents sporting good manufacturers. We represent most of the baseball bats made in the United States, so I'm up to date on this. And a Democrat legislator came up and said, you know, what we have to do is ban aluminum bats. And so that has two effects. Number one, it would greatly impact the family budget because you go through about 6 or 7 wooden bats per season. The bat costs between $30 and $60. They're not paid for by the school district. Do the math. So if you ban aluminum bats, families who are loving the game and trying to get a couple of kids playing get hit in the pocketbook. Number two, it's a red flag to trial lawyers to start suing sporting good manufacturers over bats. And what does that do? That destroys the ability to do little leagues. It destroys the ability, and all of a sudden the cumulative cost of this. So it's not just doctors. The inability to stop the plaintiff's bar from destroying the ability to make a buck at anything is profoundly destructive of the way we live our life in 100 ways. And I heard it best put by the fellow who wrote A Death of Common Sense, which is about trial lawyers and what they've done, is that every decision in every profession is now made